Welcome to your last installment of the 2025 Spring Splash Preliminary Round. I am Duck Wrickles, your Smash Fighter Insider, as always. Again, me fighters are automatically in. Win or lose, they are in the live round. You will see them fail, you will see them die. For everybody else, you need to at least win the first round, otherwise you are out, unless there are a select few getting voted in based on statistics alone. These fighters will be revealed when the brackets are unveiled later on. So here we go, let's start with this bracket number 3, your last installment of the Spring Splash brackets. Starting out, we got the Link of Old versus Pyra and Mithra. Link, the champion before statistics were even being held. Olimar versus Young Link. Olimar taking the match. N versus Dark Pit. Now we have Travis versus Quick Trip Steve, who is being held by Minecraft Steve by accident. Pac-Man versus Meta Knight. Pac-Man beats Meta Knight. Kirby versus Mikey. And Kirby, moving on. Peach versus Rosalina and Luma. And Rosalina moving on. Lucario versus Daisy. Lucario moving on to the live rounds. Ryu versus Pit. Ryu taking the match. DDD versus Little Mac. King DDD moving on. Ninja versus Sonic. Sonic gonna take the fight there. Palutena versus Snake. Snake is moving on to the live rounds. Marth versus Corrin. And Marth is moving on to the live rounds. Ridley versus Lucina. And Ridley, a fighter we haven't seen in quite some time, moving on to live rounds. Taekwon Dan versus Sam. And TKD takes it with ease. Captain Falcon versus Sora. And Captain Falcon falls to Sora, who we haven't seen much of, honestly. The rest of this bracket is for seeding purposes. Link versus Olimar. Olimar defeating Link. Ken versus Quick Trip. Pac-Man versus Kirby. Pac-Man beats his round fellow Curbs. Rosalina versus Lucario. Lucario moving on to the next round. Ryu versus King DDD. Ryu continues to climb. Sonic versus Snake. And Snake beats the Speedster. Marth versus Cheslaw. And Marth, he's kind of going deeper than I would have thought. Taekwon Dan versus Sora. TKD. Am I surprised? No, I'm not. One of the better Mii fighters we've ever seen. Olimar versus Ken. Ooh, and Olimar takes Ken out. Ryu, can he beat his friend Ken? Pac-Man versus Lucario. Pac-Man takes it. Interesting. Ryu looking to go further than Ken did versus Snake here, and Ryu wins the match. Marth versus Taekwon Dan. Ooh, and Marth ends Taekwon Dan's run. You will see more of him in the live rounds. Do not worry. Olimar versus Pac-Man. Olimar gonna be in our live finals. Ryu versus Marth. And Ryu gonna be in the live finals. The man who doesn't die against the smallest man, Olimar. Now this should be a decent fight. Ryu 7-9 with a 44% win rate. Olimar coming in with 15-10 with a 60% win rate. Both kind of middle of the pack. Olimar a little better than most, honestly. But Ryu is notorious for not being able to die. We've seen him at percents as high as 270 in the past. Does Olimar have the power to knock him off of the map before that happens? Oof, Ryu with a devastating suicide. Maybe this map will be banned. Not escape the Pikmin, just constant ticking damage. Olimar able to pack it on, but will he be able to not finish him off? Ryu again, killing himself on this new map. Ryu killing Olimar. 1 to 2 stock, 0%. Ryu building up the percents. As long as he stays away from the edges, he should be alright. Ryu looking to do some damage. Olimar probably within kill range now. Ooh, and he lives just barely. Ryu looking to play on the edge. Hasn't paid off for him since dying the last 2 stocks. Olimar still yet to take one of Ryu's stocks legitimately. Doesn't work. Ryu unable to kill him. Olimar all the way at 150. Finally, he's able to knock him out and kill his Pikmin. 1-to-1 stocks. We wonder how the fight would look if Ryu didn't kill himself twice. Dangerously close to the edge. Olimar throws him. Catches ledge and knocks him. I thought it was going to be a spike, but it was not. But it was, however, enough damage to knock him off the map and give Olimar the victory. Olimar going to be your preliminary bracket number 3 victor, claiming the number 1 seed for himself in the live rounds. Speaking of seeding in the live rounds, this brings us to, finally, our Mii Fighter twist. As you're all aware, as I've been saying, the Mii Fighters will be live rounds, no questions asked, win or lose, will bring us to the brackets. There are 4 brackets, all named after our generous sponsors. We have the Jack's Pizza Party, the Coors Classic, the Tito's Blackout Bash, and then our 4th bracket will be the People's Bracket, a bracket entirely made up of Mii Fighters. Now, this bracket of Mii Fighters will hold true to the rules of the other brackets. There is no more, if you lose, you still go on, nothing like that. Out of the 4 brackets, we will go to an 8-man championship bracket. So the top 2 fighters from each bracket will move on to the Spring Splash Championship bracket, 8-man bracket. Again, for those who do not know, your first round victories will be worth 1 point, your second round victories will be worth 2, your third round victories will be 3, and if you pick the champion correct, it is 5 points, and if you get a perfect bracket, which nobody has ever done before, it will be an extra 10 points to your total. And the name of the game is to have the most points accumulated at the end of all 4 live rounds, as well as the 5th championship round. And the championship finals will be a best of 3, so we will see the 2 finalists compete in a best of 3. First to 2 wins the Spring Splash bracket. So I am your host, Duck Wrickles, welcoming you into the 2025 Smash Bros. Tournament season.